What's going on? Red alerts are activated, and they're warning of something huge coming up. And then we got external events with Ripple, and price is dead. I don't know, but today there's so much happening, guys. Like we were saying, just be prepared. I do have hope, though. I do have hope here. Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. XRP is around $2.19. I mean, I had hope yesterday. If they could just hold around these levels, guys, or a little bit lower, if they could just hold up, I think that's quite bullish, to be honest, right? It's just funny that when Bitcoin drops, XRP literally, quote unquote, dies. Just a heads up, today is technically 322 day, right? Which represents what? XRP falling. Insanely, what happened? But it seems like that's the game plan, to be honest, for certain events to be set in motion. Okay, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video, because no one else called it except the Red alerts. Now, guys, we're to the fun part of XRP in the XRP community. Now, this is called White Interesting from Polaris. 30, 16, 21, and 30. They're all checked, guys. Right? It all got confirmed. 16, 20 on the 21st and the 30th. Ripple versus SEC case check mark 21st. The Pope, and then the 30th. Today, what happened? And here we go. Justin, Ripple offers to acquire Circle USDC stablecoin issuer. Bloomberg reports. Right? That's insanity. Now, Ripple pitched to buy Circle for $4 billion to $5 billion, but offer was rejected. David Schwartz says $6 billion, but that's our final offer. I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest. I'm actually very shocked. They're going after Circle? There's no way, guys. Right? Because aren't they supposed to be one of the chosen ones, right, for that new world order? That's crazy. And only offering $6 billion, yes, that's a lot, but if you're connected to BlackRock and if you're a part of the new financial system, I'll be asking for like 50. I mean, I don't even know, right? I wouldn't even ask for anything, because in the long term you win. So they're really trying to go after Circle. That's insanity. What? Right? Wow. It seems like, I'm not even kidding, guys. Ripple wants everything, right? And a lot of people down here are actually talking bad about Ripple. Yeah, a lot of hate against Ripple still, right? XRP and all that stuff. So that's some crazy news that just came out today. Though, if this were to go through, XRP flips Ethereum the next day, right? That's going to be a bombshell announcement if it does happen, right? So imagine all the things that are being worked on behind the scenes that hasn't been publicized right now, right? Or yet. That red button from Brad Garlinghouse. You guys see this red button? What is that? That's a circle. They always tell you before it takes place, guys, the circle will be complete, right? And how many times did we see a circle from Mr. Pool? So many times. Now, as well, Roku equals 6 in Japanese. That's why David Schwartz told us to watch out for Roku, huh? This all came about, by the way, today on 4/30th, 2018, from the bear, a panda enjoying his popcorn, right? And that just came out today. So that's huge news. Oh, and not to mention, tomorrow starts on a Thursday. Crazy, huh? So let's prepare. Now, as well, good morning. This tweet from Ripple Red Alert. Good morning. On 421 equal what's 430? Good morning, right? If you just add it up. So did he get confirmed? Possibly, it seems as. Another interesting observation is that another profile picture change or update from David earlier today, guys. So what's up with this, right? What is his desire with this type of imagery, right? It seems like, I don't know, like military. What's up with that? Not to mention, Mr. Pool just got confirmed, guys. This is how we know that if you just stay with the package, you're set, guys. Mr. Pool and times confirmed, right? So you once posted times confirmed right here on 4/29, and a day later at Delta, Trump signals possible legal action against New York Times. What? Right? This is crazy, because now not only is Ripple going after everything, but it seems like Trump is going after it all too, right? What's going on? This is diabolical, guys. So Mr. Pool is finally activated, right? Mr. Pool is finally activating. You guys can see he went dark, guys, right? Mr. Pool went dark, and look how many times he posted yesterday. So let's check this out. So he first posted or tweeted out 11/11. When I first seen this, guys, I made a wish, right? Hopefully it comes true, but this could come out to November 11th, right? Someone did point out, look at this, on 11/11, Twitter HQ is great, hashtag game over, right? Game over on 11/11. Can this mark new beginnings, right? And as well, 11/11 is a sign of new beginnings, spiritual awakening, and alignment with the divine guidance, right? And this was tweeted on November 11th on 11/11. They spoke of a day known only as the alignment, a sequence that had remained hidden in plain sight but would alter one's existence forever. So what is that day? I guess on 11/11, right? But that's a long time from now. So, okay. Then going back here, then he tweeted out 5/1, right? 51. And this comes out to 9/11, his timestamp. So 5/1, May 1st, May 14 is also May 1st on Julian. The Illuminati, a secret society, was established on May 1st, 1776, guys. The organization's goal was to combat religious influence on society and oppose the abuse of power by the state, right? Comes out to that. And then on 5/1, May Day, right? And all these tweets, guys. So he's definitely pointing towards May, right? That's what it seems like to be. I'll just be prepared because on May, in the month of May, we do see XRP glowing, which will be what? Positive, right? XRP currently on its 51st year, about to be 52nd year anniversary for what? Swift, May 3rd, right? 1973. So yeah, May seems to be very significant, guys. Then he posted black, just black, right? What is interesting about that is that the number sequence comes out to the word black as well, right? And then he tweeted this out, basically coming from space into Earth, right? Coming from space into Earth, guys. Perhaps contact, right? Something like that. I don't know why, guys, but is Mr. Pool an alien, right? Not the alien that you think he is. That's what it feels like, because he did say we can't wait to meet you guys on the other side or something like that before too. Then his second account, he posted a few things. The day is coming, he says, from Big Short, right? What day? What could it be? Well, Matthew 24:42. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know on what day your Lord will come. Wow. It feels like the end of the world, doesn't it, guys? Right? And then not to mention, Mr. Pool did say that everyone deep within their hearts are waiting for the end of the world to come. I don't know, but it seems like it, huh? But he could honestly mean, he then says it right here, or unless this is something different, the Great Blackout, right? The Great Blackout. Look at that. They're not making any jokes here, guys. So that just happened. There's multiple blackouts happening throughout the world yesterday or a couple days ago, and they confirmed that the great one is going to be called the Great Blackout of our century, or of our time and era, is coming soon, right? And when that happens, I told you guys, it's probably going to be tied with XRP flipping the switch, and you will know when they do, because the trigger, you'll be living through it, right? You will know. It will be guaranteed for you to know when XRP flips the switch, just because you'll be within it all, right? Experiencing it. This once upon a time happened. Breaking issue at cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike causing major IT problems around the world, right? So that was definitely a test from last year. Yeah. So let's prepare, guys. I don't know when. Okay, when, I think the when part comes in as, what's it called? I think around the same time as the collapse, probably 2026, right? But when it happens, remember, boom, 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 a week to remember, dark to lights, blackout necessary. So when it does occur, guys, do not be afraid, right? Do not be afraid. How long will it take place? I don't know. But it's quite fascinating that this is all happening simultaneously. From John K. Interesting how SEC first Ripple case still in limbo. XRP ETFs now delayed. As a result, XRP price just moving sideways again, as it has for weeks. I now think they intend to flip the switch before any end to SEC first Ripple or XRP ETFs going live to prevent retail FOMO. What are your thoughts? Now, there's a few ways to price out retail. Is either to move prices higher, right, or to dump prices to extreme levels. Remember the SEC case first Ripple. You want to bring some type of black swan, like that's the most craziest black swan. You want to bring something even worse than that though, and to make. Okay, so there's two ways to make people sell retail, right? Especially the people don't even know what's going on with XRP. Either move prices higher, right, which they'll need to have a lot of money to do that, or the easier path is to have something planned out and move prices extremely low so everyone gets out, because they will. That happened back in 2020, right? End of 2020 with the SEC case, and then when things are low, the sentiment is going to be so horrible for some time, they just pump it out of there. Right, the only people who will be rewarded is the people who have been initiated, such as having faith in the project. So those are my thoughts. Now, Bill Morgan says, oddly, the delay of the ETF approval to June 17th, 2025 is to a date that falls just after the expiry of the 60-day period, which by a status report must be filed by the SEC in the Ripple or in the SEC vs. Ripple appeal pursuant to the court's order dated April 16th, 2025, right? So this day seems to be significant, guys, right? That summer time frame, like we said, is Seoul, right? June 18th. No one else called it except us. Not to mention, again, look what's happening to the supermarkets, guys, around the world, right? With the blackouts and all that stuff. No electricity, no food, no products, right? Due to high demand, out of stock. A repeat of 2020, but I think more extreme. Banks going offline, multi-country power outages. This is how I feel, right? This is not a test. Repetitive programming initiated. Crazy, huh? And that was for yesterday's date. Blackouts in Europe a week after the Pope dies. Expect to see more of this next phase of the Great Era. Get your ducks in a row from Ripples and Whales. We might be in for a bump few weeks. Cash, generators, water, food. You all know the drill by now after the 2020 event. But the Great Blackout, I think, happens during the same time as a collapse. So if the Great Blackout happens in May, then the collapse happens in May. 5/1/15 moon date is right there. Some people are saying shh, right? Now on May 1st, just watch, grab some popcorn, sit back and remember to say, when you look back and celebrate the 1st of May, what's going to happen? I have no clue. Interesting. Pool wrote black. The other guy said blackout, or could it be black rock? Right? Anything to do with black what? The fountain for today's video on 4/29. It seems like cash is getting ready for something extreme as well, right? Maybe to get some cash out, guys. I don't know, or the dollar falling, right? The dollar has been falling, but let's see what happens. Something will rise out of the ashes, and that's 100% guaranteed. XRP. What path it will take is kind of odd. Not an age advice, but it was that's what face. See ya.